Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Shanika. Welcome to my channel. I pray that y'all are having a blessed and wonderful day. Y'all know when I done been missing for about a month or two, I've been dealing with some serious spiritual warfare. New devils is real, okay? I did get baptized. I attended two churches. One was desolate, the other had some stuff going on, the competition, all kinds of stuff going on in there. The evangelist that I met that baptized me was a what you call it, hireling, which is another word for a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, and was warring. Okay, religious people with their control, and oh my goodness, that I don't even want to go into that. But also I'm also back in school, so I've had a project that I had to work on that took me a minute as well. But I am back for the moment. Something I noticed too is the Lord will not allow me to do videos and come on here when I'm going through spiritual warfare, because it requires me to go back into His Word and start learning again how to fight at this new level. So it's like with each promotion that the Lord gives you, once you have a relationship with Him, you'll understand what I'm talking about. He will not allow me to come on here, especially if I'm out of alignment. So He's like, come on, get in my Word, learn who you're dealing with, so we can know how to war and fight. And then it takes a toll on your body. I go back into that spiral of not being able to get up in the morning to meet with our Father, because I feel that heaviness and that weight holding me back. And it also seems like when I be pumping out these videos, I make mischief mad. He be like, how dare you try to reach people and wake them up? So then He takes me out too, because I'm getting our Father's Word out and trying to wake people up, and He gets mad. So that's another thing too. When I get our Father's Word out, mischief get mad, and those attacks start coming, and he starts sending people, and it just gets bananas. Okay, but I have been doing videos. I have a lot of them saved. I'm going to edit them, because I am learning how to edit and add stuff. So I'll be sitting, uploading my videos that I did do, and I'll get them uploaded as I edit them. I'm also going to be having a total knee replacement, my second one, my 9th knee surgery. So I'll be out for a few months as a result of that too, well, depending on my pain level. If my pain is right, I'll get on here, but if not, I'm going to be out for a minute. But I will upload the videos that I do have, and I'm going to try to get as many videos knocked out as I can before I have my surgery. Anywho, I'm going to get right to it today, y'all. I have a story for y'all, and it is called Security. But first, I'm going to read an excerpt for you all from Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. I have been in Isaiah and Jeremiah for the past few months. The Lord has been keeping me in there, because if y'all are familiar with Isaiah and Jeremiah, they are prophets that has been talking to the Lord's people forever and ever, warning them, telling them to get their life right, because God's wrath is coming. And the people know God, okay? They go to church. They do all the religious rituals, pagan holidays, worship, music, all that stuff, and still disobey Him. They have seen His works, and they still disobey Him. So you got Isaiah and Jeremiah saying, I'm warning y'all, He's coming, and it ain't going to be good. And the people are like, we don't believe it. We don't believe it. And then the Lord comes, okay? And He starts raining that wrath on them. And they see that His mercy and His grace, it ran out. That wrath came. And then the people that are left over, He gives them mercy and grace, even though they're going through their punishment. And He's trying to see who's going to stand 10 toes down with Him until it's time for them to get to their promised land again. Anywho. So Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9 reads, you women who are so complacent, rise up and listen to me. You daughters who feel secure, hear what I have to say. This story is called Security. Surely Isaiah is addressing rich women with time to lounge around in opulent comfort, isn't he? Yes, but the complacent women Isaiah describes are nevertheless some of God's chosen and beloved people. Instead of staying true to their covenant with God, they grew accustomed to their easy, luxurious lives and content with empty religious rituals. You're going to church, you listen to worship music, you go to Bible study, but your lifestyle does not reflect God's word. So you hear what he tells you to do, but you make up excuses and say you're going to change when you want to. You'll do it when you feel like it, but still call yourself a Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist. Still sitting here and say that you believe in God, but you are not obeying and following him. But you do the religious, ritualistic things and put on a facade that you are a follower of Jesus Christ. Instead of finding their security in God, the strength and resources of their circumstances has sidetracked their loyalty. As a result, Isaiah used them as an example of how the people of Jerusalem had, had let their voices, as a result, I'm going to read that again. Isaiah used them as an example of how the people of Jerusalem had let their values become skewed. And now he had to warn them of an impending disaster. In little more than a year, you who feel secure will tremble. And that's in Isaiah chapter 32, verse 10. Why? Because the Assyrians, the most brutal army on the planet, would soon invade their land. Their fields would be trampled, their children viciously slaughtered, and the rest of the people taken into captivity. Every ounce of smugness would be shattered, every strain of security obliterated. Who has the luxury to be complacent? We've got careers, kids, and cleaning to manage. But Isaiah could just as easily be addressing many of us today. External things and relationships so easily distracts us from finding security in God. We rely on materialistic things and people to give us security instead of relying on our Father. We all have different methods of trying to find our security outside of God. Some of us try to find security in our looks, while others are affirmation junkies, always looking for one more accolade. So with our looks, it's like as long as our hair done for women, we got makeup, our nails done, we got new clothes, we feel secure. But the moment we don't have our hair done, new clothes, nails done, we're insecure, we're jealous, we are depressed, we got anxiety, we're worrying because we found security in our looks to make us feel better, but we didn't work on our inside, our internal. As long as you don't work on yourself, go get the help that you need, start with God, or go to therapy and work on your mental health, you're going to always feel insecure no matter what your outside look like, because you have to work on your inside. And affirmation junkies, always looking for one more accolade. You always looking for praise. You looking for someone to say you're beautiful. You look like this. You look like that. I want this trophy. I want this. I want to be center stage. I want to be the center of attention. You look for that outside sources for security. And if you don't have it, you're feeling insecure. Some look for security in savings accounts or stock portfolio. Having their kids in the best schools or living in a safe neighborhood. And there is nothing wrong with that. However, when you no longer have that, you're going to be in a sunken place because that's what you relied on and not God. They have jobs, insurance, a healthy body, and a healthy checking account. They vacation twice a year and drive a new car. What more could they need? Yeah, people who rely on materialistic things and outside sources in relationships don't think that they need anything else until they lose it all. While some of us may allow these things to lull us into a false sense of security because we lie to ourselves, any of them could be gone in a moment. Beauty fades, stocks stumbles, houses deteriorate, and people disappoint us. Hurricane hits, terrorist strikes, and cancer can be only a few multiplying cells away. The fact is, there is no real security while we live on this earth. It's a frightening fact, but true. God does not want us to live in fear because he promises to be with his people. If you are living in fear, please know you're rolling with mischief and not God. If you're scared to step out on faith, step out, go to school, get your own place, move to a different location, break up with this person, end these toxic behind friendships, relationships that you have, stop those negative behaviors. If you are in fear, please know that that is mischief that has a grip on you and not God. Because when I tell you God does not put fear in you, he puts confidence, independence. He gives you everything that you need, that you will not give a darn what nobody says. I am no longer doing this, that. Yes, I have changed. I'm not following behind y'all. And if you don't want to roll with me, I don't care. Keep it moving. That's how God makes you feel. Confident. And you will be okay with cutting any and everything that is toxic in your life out. Anywho. But only he can provide secure homes, our Father, peaceful dwelling places, fertile fields, quietness and confidence, and undisturbed places of rest. And that's in Isaiah chapter 32, verses 15 through 18. Y'all go to the story of Job. He had everything, right? And then mischief was like, I want to mess with him. Lord, let me mess with him. Because I want to see if he's relying solely on those materialistic things, the things that he gave you. I don't believe he stand 10 toes down for you. And what happened? Job stood 10 toes down for the Lord, even though his wife told him to turn his back. Even though his friends was getting on him and doubting him and trying to mess up his head. Even though he had boils and all this stuff going on with him, he didn't care. He didn't care about the materialistic things that he had. He didn't care about what people were saying about him. He stood 10 toes down in the Lord. And then what happened? He did not turn his back on him. And the Lord came, confronted him, talked to him, and blessed him tenfold. Gave him everything and more back because he stood 10 toes down in the Lord. His security was in our Father, not in those things and not in those people, but in God. No matter what they threw at him, that spiritual warfare was hard on Job, but he still stayed 10 toes down in God. And that is how we are supposed to be with our security. Forget those things, because if we don't have those things, we must rely on God. If those things are taken away from you and you are depressed and you are sad and you are down, please know that you're following your will and not God. I have lost a lot of things, but I am a minimalist. I'm a minimalist. I'm not a materialistic person. I don't care about all that stuff. I don't. If I can live in a cardboard box with my family and give me some food and I'll be okay. That's me. But if you are a materialistic person, you care about what other people think and say about you, you're going to be in some trouble. You got some work to do. You got some serious work to do with our Father, and you need to surrender that to him. Trust him, I should say. Reflection question number 1. What source of false security might be the cause of complacency in your life? And majority of the time, you can look in the mirror and look at yourself. You are that false sense of security, because you're relying on everything except for God. You can go to church all you want to Listen to worship music all you want to. But if you still following your will, care about the world, you're doing things of the world and materialistic things and stuff, that is a false sense of security right there. Following your will and not God's. So think about that question. What other things do you have in your life that's giving you that false sense of security and causing you to be complacent and not move when God tells you to? Number 2, what distracts you from placing all your trust in God? Again, y'all, look in the mirror, because majority of the time it's you and the decisions that you make, and you thinking you got one more day to be a knucklehead. God can come and get you right now, or God can give you some bad news and say you don't have that much long to live. And yeah, and you haven't surrendered to him. You still playing around with God, saying I'll do it when I feel like it. Stop playing with God. 3, write a prayer today that expresses your desire to trust in God as your sole security. So you write your prayer today, and it's something for you to reflect on and keep going back and looking at. Remind yourself every day, it's one day, one step at a time. One day at a time, one step at a time. You have to surrender those worldly things to God, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. If you are still a part of this world, there's no way you have a relationship with God. I don't care how many times or how long you've been going to church, listen to worship music, Bible study, read that Bible. If you are still of the world, God tells you can't be of both. You can't roll with him and you can't roll with mischief, because God does not allow toxicity in his kingdom. If you are in Galatians 5:19, he said, you are not coming in my kingdom. God will not allow toxicity in his kingdom. So you got to check yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Take accountability and put all of your trust, surrender everything you have and put it into God. Trust him. Believe him. Let him be your source of security and watch him work. He will give you everything you could ever desire times 10. But you must walk with him first, because if you don't have it right now, it's because you're not ready for it. You haven't stewarded the things that he has given you. The money that you have, if you want more, he's not going to give you more if you don't take care of what you have. The relationship you have, there's no way he's going to let it go further or bring that right person in your life if you're not stewarding what you have. So rely on our Father for soul security. And it is an everyday thing that you must ask him to do. And you must surrender your worldly things yourself. The sacrifice is you. When you fast, you fasting from food, period. Drink, period. Water. I'm sorry, not drink, period. Water. Usually, I would recommend all of you go into a fast and surrender to him. Place your trust and security in him. It will definitely be worth it. I thank y'all so much. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I pray that y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I love you. Bye.